Hello my lovelies, welcome to another UK vlog hop with some other lovely crafters. I am Wendy from Woo's Creations and this month's theme is a wedding card. So I have gathered up a few bits and pieces, and my favourite card to make are scrappy cards. I do like scene building, but scrappy cards is another of my favourites. So I have some strips of DSP, and this is a good way to use up the last bits of your DSP before the new catalogue comes out. Woohoo! Next week, guys. So what I have here, because I like to do a wedding card slightly bigger, so this is measured at 14 centimeters by 20.5 centimeters, and then when I mount it onto my card I will have a nice little border of whatever color cardstock I decide to use for the base. I have placed some sticky sheet which you can buy from Stampin' Up, and I have cut it to the right size and I have placed it onto my card ready to go. So all I'm going to do is take a piece of one of my strips and I'm just going to go along and I'm just going to add strips of card, strips of DSP. I do apologise, my trimmer definitely needs a new blade, so I've got a bit of a fluffy edge, so but we can sort that out, it's fine, not a problem. So this paper is the Symbols of Fortune DSP, which I thought was, you know, it's quite apt for a wedding card, I think. Now let's have a look at some clouds. So I'm not just going to alternate them, I will put two similar ones next to each other as well, so that it doesn't look too, I don't like it to look too formal, too, oh I can't even think of the word if I'm honest, symmetrical and whatever. So I might just sneak, I was wondering about putting these in, but actually no, that won't work. I was going to put some gold in between, but that's not going to work for what I want to do with it. So I'm going to pop this one next. Then we're going to have some clouds, and then maybe a bit more of this one. I love this one, there's lots of gold shimmer in that one. I think we'll fit one more at the top, so we'll finish off with the lovely herons at the top. Now I do have a very small edge at the very top, but I will just trim that off because that's not really enough to put the card onto. So let me just grab my squizzers, and then all you do is turn it over and just trim. You can do it in the trimmer, but I like to do it with my scissors. I just follow the very edge of the card. Oh, that piece is well and truly stuck on there. So let's just cut this piece off here. Like so. Gather up all those pieces. They're too small. I would keep, you know, I could make a scrappy card with little tiny pieces, but I won't bother. I've got lots of scraps to use. I don't need little tiny ones. So you just trim around all of the edge. Make sure it's all nice and neat, like so. Then, right, so I am going to find a shape or cutouts or something. I will be back in 2 shakes of a tail's, no, of a cat's tail. Is that right? I don't know. Okay, so what I've done is I have gathered up some bits of scrap vellum. So I have a little wallet that I keep all my scraps in. I have lots of these in all different sort of sections. And I also have scrap DSP in these little wallets, and then I just keep them all in a tub stood upright like this, and then I just have a little rummage through. I've pulled out beautiful shapes dies, and I was going to use the circles, but I've changed my mind. I've gone back to the diamonds. I made a card the other day with these, and it worked out very nicely. So, and also I have found a couple of bits of ribbon that are scrap, so I'm going to see if I can use those, but we're just going to go with it. So we have love, laughter, forever after. So I'm thinking I'll put love, laughter, forever after into these hexagons. I will cut this out, and then I will cut out, I'm wondering whether I should cut it out of some gold, but I'm not sure how much gold I have got, if I'm honest. I think I may need to do an order. So we'll have a look. I'm just going to go and cut them out. I'll cut these hexagons out as well, and then I will be back with you. So I have cut out the hexagons, and I will keep these because these would look very nice on a plain background, just with those 3 pieces. For a very abstract card, very nice. Then I found in Abstract Beauty DSP, which comes in 4x6, I found some very nice gold DSP, gold and white, which I thought would make a very nice, very glamorous background for my words. So what we will do is I will find a piece of cardstock now that I'm going to use as my base. I may stick with white. I may add a bit more gold. I don't know yet. I didn't have enough gold to do the gold background, so I had to find some DSP, but there's always something in your stash you can use. So I will get the cardstock and we will start to stick it down. Right. Okay, so this is the mint macaron cardstock, which I'm going to use as my card base. So then we're going to remove these out of the way for a second, and I'm going to glue this bit down first. Let's just get my glue. So I'm going to go around the outsides, and then I'm just going to go around my hexagon shapes and maybe a couple of dots in the gaps, because I want it to be really strong and hold flat. So then pop that onto there. And I mean, you could leave it with the plain background of the mint macaron, but anyone that knows me knows I can't do without a bit of bling. So I'm going to also glue my little hexagons in. And they are still set back a little bit because obviously I've glued onto a matte basic white layer put my DSP on top. So it still looks slightly set back compared to the others, the surrounding bits. So I'm putting them in so that the lines are horizontal. Doesn't really need a lot of glue, as the Tombow glue is nice and strong once it's dried. And you do have a little bit of wiggle room if you happen to pop it in the wrong place. But that went well. So what I was thinking was we'll put the words on and then we will decide what we're going to do with our pieces of ribbon. So let's have a look. So we could pop them up actually on some dimensionals. Just turn it over. I'm sorry, there's a helicopter just going past. And I've got the window open because it's a nice day. That's typical, isn't it? Never mind. It'll pass in a second. It's always the way when you're filming. There's always something. There's either a child or, you know, sometimes even Mother Nature with some birds chirping. I can hear birds as well, actually. That side. Right, that will do. Try and get the backs off. So, right, hang on, what are we? Love, laughter. Right, laughter's in this one. Right, the best way I have. Well, if it was there, my reverse tweezers have gone walkies. So normally I would be right over that, making sure it was straight, but my hexagon isn't quite straight anyway, so that's fine. Okay, so the love looks like it's... so I'm cutting one of the small, the mini dimensionales in half. And I mean, you know, you're being efficient with your dimensionals then, if you cut them in half and use them. So this only took one dimensional. There we go. So love is going to go in the top one. So I may add some flowers or something in a minute, but we're not sure yet. So let's see. Ooh, just the right size to fit. Forever. Let's put one in the middle of there, I think, because it's sinking in the middle. Right. So let's put it on, and then I can decide roughly where I'm going to put them both. So it's always good to just leave the backs on your dimensionals, and then you can just sort of decide where you're going to pop them. I think like that will do nicely. So last one. There we go. So, see if I can tie the smallest bow in the world. Not always good at bows. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, try again. Here we go, we're just being very careful, because you can tie little bows with these. There we go. And just trim this one up. Oh, there's one. I don't know if I can do it with this one, because this one is very small. No, that's not possible. But maybe we could... no, maybe not. But that could just go on there like that, or on the middle one actually, like that. That would look cute on that side, I think. So I'm going to put that there. Then I'm just going to grab a couple of... just wondering what flowers I've got. There's some gold ones that I cut out of... I think it was the stitched blooms, or the blooms that have got stitches on them. I can't remember what they're called. There's only two though. So I'm going to have a look what I can find. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone through my bits and pieces boxes, which are things I've die cut, and then all of these gold pieces here, most of these, sorry, some of them are leaves, have come from the pieces that come out of the Batik Boutique flowers when you cut them out, and you can replace, and what I did was did paper piecing with them, so some of them still have their middles and some don't, so I could pick those pieces out, and I'm just wondering if I can make a flower with them. I also found this gorgeous I think it's basic grey cardstock butterfly, which I think I will put on here. I think I'm going to put it there because that's the biggest area for it to sit. So I'm going to have that on there because I always just love butterflies. I do have those two gold flowers as well, but we're just going to see what we can do with this. I'll probably speed it up because it takes me a while, but you can see my process if I film it at the same time. So there we go. So let's just get on with it, shall we? Some of these are retired, because they're things I've cut out, but if you have the small bloom punch, use that. If you've got a die cut that cuts like, let me just see, it's about a 2 centimetre flower, that will probably do the trick anyway. And I'm thinking maybe we'll layer it up with some vellum underneath. So anyway, we'll just get creating and you'll be able to see what I do on the video. That one. So these are literally just leftover pieces that I've had from things I've cut out. I always like to cut out extra pieces and keep them in a little I have a box with lots of sections in it, so I have flowers, leaves, butterflies and things just all dotted in it. Okay, right, so I shall glue these down and I will be back. Okay, so all of those are now glued down, and I think you will agree it is rather spondulicious. Just make up words as I go along, if I'm honest, it's just what I do. Okay, so I have some gems and some little sequins I've got left over. They were in the mini catalogue, can't remember which ones they are, but they're in the little like white snow, well, they look like the ones that go with the snowflake ones I had last year. They're very nice. Anyway, I've only got the largest of the iridescent gems left, but I think they will be perfect as my flower centres if I put them actually in the middle instead of just anywhere, because I can't, I mean, I like them to be exactly right. So I'm going to pop those in the middles. So I'm even going to do it on the gold one because I think that's very glamorous. In the middle, please stay there. That would be great. And then just sort of titivate the edges to pull it up a little bit. Now this one is very big for this flower centre, but it's rocking it, it's rocking it, it's working, it's working. And then we're going to have one on this one. So each flower on the card has all got the same gem as the middle. And then I'm going to use my Tombow glue. Actually, I've got Tombow glue, but I've decanted it into a more delicate, shall we say, bottle, more intricate. So I'm going to pop, so let me just see where I'm going to pop these. So I think maybe I will put 3 there, 3 there, and 3 here. and then I will use a couple for my butterfly as well. There we go. Right, there we go. So that is the outside of the card. I will just quickly prep the inside. So we have our card. So on the inside then we are going to, I have a piece of basic white that I will layer up the inside. So for some reason it's slightly bent. I think I must have left the the pack of basic white leaning over something a bit too long probably. So then that is going to go inside here like so. And then I have a strip of DSP that matches the front. We'll put it on up the right way. That might help, mightn't it? So I'm going to put some glue. Just do some wiggly lines, I think, to about there. And then we are going to glue it on here. And then because it's liquid glue, you can slide it to exactly where you want it. And then just tidy up that edge like so. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and trim off the bottom. And there you have it. And that's my inside. Now it depends who it's for. I probably would stamp this bit inside and use some sort of letters dies or put their names on the front, because if you put their name and the date of their wedding, it's like a really nice keepsake. From my wedding I've kept the cards that stood out to me or were handmade, and I've kept those. I'm sorry if people bought me shop bought ones, but generally if they're just a flat card I don't keep them. I might recycle them though. So there we go. Right, so the only thing missing is a bit of Wink of Stella, so we're just going to put some Wink of Stella on the butterflies antennae and on the tips of the wings, because I mean for a wedding you can never have too much sparkle, can you? So a bit on the letters, just sprinkle on there like so, and voila, une card all ready to go. On the inside I will probably leave it blank and find, it depends on who it's for. I say this all the time, don't I? But it depends who it's for, depends on what I want to put inside, because if they're family or their close friend, it would be different to somebody that I just knew rather than, you know, somebody close. So there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please don't hesitate to subscribe and hit like, and also I have lots more videos over on my YouTube channel, and I thank you all very much for watching. Please hop on to the next person in the list below, and I hope you enjoy the hop. Thank you very much. Goodbye.